Around the Planet, number 12. So excited to be here. This is my first one. And I'm super excited to introduce Danielle Williams, who began working for us 25 years ago, March 24th, 1997. And it's been a blessing to have you this entire time.
Thank you.
And I thought it'd be fun to try something different this time. So instead of interviewing somebody who's maybe new, who you might not know, Danielle's been here 25 years, and the other day I was sharing some of Danielle's hobbies that I know, and they didn't know that. So I thought, okay, what a perfect opportunity to interview somebody who's been around for quite a while, but yet you may not even know what she does outside of work. So here we go. Danielle, why don't you walk us through your past positions and what you're currently doing now?
So when I started 25 years ago, I started as a part-time file clerk and part-time receptionist, evening receptionist. Within a matter of months, I started training for the billing position and have cross-trained in almost every position in the office. Billing, I've done the billing, I've done accounts payable, receivable, I've done payroll. I was the office manager for a little while and then went back to the billing clerk. So currently I am in the role of billing clerk and accounting team lead.
Yeah, you do know. I hear that from everybody that when somebody comes new into the office, Danielle knows their job and happily shows them and teaches them the best she can. So we appreciate that about you.
I try.
Well, I appreciate that.
Thank you.
What would you say is the busiest time of your job? And is there anything we can do to help you in that situation?
The busiest time of the job for the office in general is probably our month end. So the first week of the month, you know, it's when we are working on getting our financial statements closed. So it's getting all the deals in, it's getting, you know, all of the deals processed and billed and all of the bills paid and everything that we need for the financial statement to be sent to the manufacturers.
Can you maybe explain why that is so important, that it is to be on a certain time, it has to be in by a certain day, which maybe not everybody realizes the pressure you're under? So
manufacturers have a deadline of like the 10th business day to have financial statements sent to them. Lee would like to see this financial statement by the 5th business day. So we try to get everything, all the expenses put in, all of the payroll for the month put in and calculated so that way they have a good picture of what the previous month looked like.
So it's a big job.
It is a big job.
Can't be late with your manufacturer.
No.
That can have a really negative effect on all of us. So
Correct.
That's why it's like, you know. So is there anything that we can do? Is it just to give you guys more time during that week? Maybe not ask for some things that aren't important? Or what can we do to make that a little bit easier for you in the office?
You know, we're being a newer staff, we are working out all the bugs with all of the other employees, and sometimes the employee, not everybody knows what we do, and so it's just a learning curve, and so we're working on that learning curve.
Exactly. So if you walk in the first week of the month, and someone's like, "I need a few minutes," you might know why. That they're under a lot of stress at that time.
If we look a little frazzled, it's okay.
But you always do it with a smile, so they may not even realize that you're under a little bit of a pressure.
Right.
But I know I do, and I just appreciate everything you guys do.
Thank you.
So it's been such a blessing for me to know Danielle for 25 years. We've had a lot of great conversations, a lot of experiences, and the one thing I would say about you is you have a heart to serve, and I've noticed that in whatever job you're at, but more importantly with certain employees, your peers, and certainly with me. And I'm just going to share an experience that I had with Danielle. My granddaughter Celine she just turned 6, and when she was born 2 months early. And she was really, really, really sick. Like we didn't know what the next day would be like. And Danielle knew this. I was sharing that with her. And she came into my office one day, and she had brought a quilt that had a big cross on it, and she gave it to me to take to the hospital. I'm going to cry. Intensive care, and we put it on top of her incubator. So she had this beautiful quilt with this cross over it to kind of cut some of the lights out of her. And it was just such a beautiful presence of love and kindness that you shared with me that then I shared with her. And thank God she's 6 years old and she's doing fabulous. But that's just a little piece of what you do to all of us here and to your other community. Why don't you tell us about your other jobs and hobbies? I know you have a lot, and I know everyone would love to hear about it.
So my main hobbies, which, job, I am very into horses, and I enjoy my horses. But I also volunteer with the Westernaires. I have been teaching with the Westernaires now for 27 years.
Wow.
And I pretty much came right back to teach after I had ridden through. So I have been in and around the organization for the majority of my life.
Can you maybe explain what Westernaires, in case someone's not familiar with what Westernaires even is?
So Westernaires is a youth equestrian organization. We have children from 9 to 19, so we start them out young, teach them the basics of drill riding and horseback riding, and then they progress through the organization until they hit our top performing teams, which will perform at the National Western Stock Show and all across the U.S. We've been to the U.S., we've been to Canada, we've been Utah. This year we don't have any out-of-state shows that I am aware of, but we've got a lot of community shows within Colorado over the course of the summer. So,
now, what would you, if someone didn't know what that was, and what does performing mean? What is?
So the easiest way to explain, there's two explanations that we can come up with. The one that I use most frequently is take a marching band, put them on horseback, take away the instruments, and put them at speed. Same kind of drill formations and in and out just on horseback.
Wow.
The other one that we use most commonly is it's ice capades on horses. Wow. You know, just the different things. And we have a lot of different, what we call specialty acts. So trick riding, Roman riding, the roping, all sorts of things, bullwhips.
It's amazing.
It's fun.
You love it, and you love your horses. How did you get your most recent horse? You want to maybe share that with us?
The last two horses that I have gotten have been Mustangs, and I have adopted them basically with no training. So they were off the BLM range. The one horse is from a herd here in Colorado, from Sandwash Basin, which is up about 50 miles northwest of Craig. When I got her, she had only been off range or off of the HMA for about 4 months.
Wow.
And
wild horse.
Wild horse, had never had any human contact before, and I've now had her for 5 years. My other one is out of Wyoming, out of Divide Basin, Wyoming, and I got her about 3 years ago, and she has chosen my niece.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
She does really well with my niece.
Oh,
so
how old's your niece?
My niece is now 32.
Okay, and that's who she's chosen.
That's who she's chosen, but she still lives with us. And
yeah, that's nice.
So,
how long does it take for you to have a wild horse and actually be able to ride it? That I can't even imagine.
It really kind of depends on each horse. For the first one that we got, we were probably up and on her within about 6 months. There are people that do it a lot quicker.
Wow.
But we didn't have any time frame with her. Right. The other horse, my niece will ride her. I've been on her twice.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Does she buck? What does she do?
She doesn't buck. She's just a lot sportier, a lot more athletic, and I'm a lot more worried about hitting the ground with her.
I hear you.
She very easily just scoot out from underneath you.
Okay, so interesting.
My other one is just kind of the mellow one.
Yes. And it's like anything, right? You don't know what you're going to get as far as a personality.
Exactly.
Well, I know you love your horses, and they're beautiful, because I have a chance to see them on Facebook.
Yes.
Which is what is great. It's been so fun having this chance to talk to you and share my love for Danielle with everybody else. So, Danielle, thank you again for everything you've done.
Thank you,
We're
Olga.
going to be celebrating your 25th award next month, and we really appreciate you.
Thank you. It's been a blessing to be here. It really, truly is a family.
That's how we feel, too. I love you.
Love you, too.